next life. And so that's kind of like the concept of karma. So dharma and karma are kind of like the two things that you really should know about Hinduism. As far as like reincarnation goes, I personally don't believe in reincarnation. But the thing, how Hindus generally interpret reincarnation is that generally we believe that like, well, people who believe in reincarnation believe that you get more than one chance. So like, let's say that I really mess up in this life. Like I'm clearly not like living a life like devoted to like doing God's work. Like I'm not like physically and spiritually prepared to like enter God's paradise. Like I'm not ready. So the concept is that I get another chance. I just keep going until I'm ready to finally unite with God. So that's what basically reincarnation is. I personally don't believe in reincarnation because there's kind of like this notion that your body isn't very important anymore because you just keep getting countless chances over and over and over again. But, you know, that's reincarnation. I guess my experience with Hinduism, when I was a kid, basically like in every Hindu family, there's a like little like a prayer cabinet, and it's got like some like pictures of like Hindu representations of God. And generally people pray like every morning before they start their day. And my first experience with Hinduism was just you would go up to like the cabinet each morning like before breakfast. You like say a little prayer, and prayers are in Sanskrit, which is like the really ancient Indian language, and I had no idea what I was saying. It's basically like saying stuff in Latin, right? You have no idea what's going on. And I was like, I basically like swore allegiance to like Hitler. I literally, I still really don't. I still don't understand like much of what like the Sanskrit means. I never really learned. But I guess, so that was my first experience. And then I went to there's a Indian cultural school, and it like meets every other.
Late Armory, please report to Mr. Kesterton's office now. Late Armory to Mr. Kesterton's office now.
So like they meet every Sunday, and that's kind of like how I started learning about my faith, because it being like an immigrant community, it's pretty hard, and all the priests are like straight from India, and they're all like 50-year-old dudes, and it's like really hard to talk to them. Most of them like barely speak English, so it's kind of hard growing up as like a Hindu in America. But yeah, that's kind of how I learned. When I was, I think, 12 or 13, I had a string ceremony. I wanted to bring it, but I totally forgot where I put it. I was born into a Brahmin family, which is kind of like the top caste as far as the old caste system goes. And one of the traditions in Brahmin families, it's kind of like confirmation and like an initiation ceremony at the same time. And you get this string, it's like just like a cord, and it like goes around your shoulder. It drapes down to like here, and you just like wear it under your shirt. Which basically means like I think you get a new, you start with 3 strings, and then you get a new string added for like each big accomplishment. Like you get one when you get married, when you have your first kid. You get one when you're like 50, when you're 75, and then you get another one when you die, I think. So I got that when I was 12 or 13. I've been kind of like teaching as an assistant at the Indian Cultural School. So that's kind of like how my like faith developed. That's how I learned about Hinduism. It's really hard to like talk about Hinduism just because it's like so diverse and so widespread. What could I really tell you?
How about like your daily life now?
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, so the prayer in the morning, like I stopped saying the Sanskrit stuff mostly because I forgot most of it. And I guess I just kind of like, I pray in English. I usually just pray for me. I pray for my friends. Pray for whatever's going on, just in the mornings, real quick.
And do you have a particular representation of God that you have an affinity to?
So, God in Hinduism is a really loose concept. So, Hinduism, a lot of people think that all Hindus are polytheists, which is not true. In the oldest representations of God, in